Old Father Tim, Esquire. I saw him each early morning. He never once was late. At 10 to 7 every day, he unlatched his garden gate. By the time he reached the post box, it was 5 minutes to. Precisely 2 minutes after that, he stooped to tie his shoe. At 1 minute to the hour, he doffed his straw fedora and welcomed in the morning, both the fauna and the flora. With only moments remaining, he raised his eyes to heaven, took a large key from his canvas bag as the church bell pealed at 7. By the time the chimes concluded, he was locked inside the church, in the pretty village of Clockington, amongst the yew trees and the birch. He never noticed me, whilst on my paper round. I watched him every morning, but never made a sound. I became so fascinated as I stood beneath the spire. I longed to know the mystery of old Father Tim, Esquire. Then one day I noticed, whilst watching from afar, completely out of character, he had left the door ajar. Curiosity got the upper hand as I slowly crept inside and crouched behind the dusty pews, lined up on either side. I saw him slide the altar to reveal a hidden stair, disappearing beneath the floor into a secret lair. My heart was beating faster as I followed him inside. Beside a large grandfather clock, I found a place to hide. Then something quite incredible got my immediate attention. What it was or what it meant was beyond my comprehension. The room was filled with clocks and dials, springs and chains with sprockets. The old man checked the findings with a watch chained to his pocket. Piston wheels and whistles filled the air with steam. Brass balls spun in unison that made the whole room gleam. Bulbs lit up the console that was filled with graphs and gauges, which in turn was correlated on reams and reams of pages, bound in leather volumes, kept high upon a shelf. I watched with such astonishment, I had to pinch myself. What was the meaning of it all? I didn't have a clue. Without a glance, the old man spoke. "I've been expecting you. Don't be frightened," he said kindly. "You will find that all is well. If you have a moment, sit down and I will tell stories to astound you, beyond your heart's desire." I was about to know the secret of old Father Tim, Esquire. He settled in his armchair, explained in fine detail why he came to that abandoned church daily without fail. For many years and decades that turned to centuries. How at first he was a young man, but now had creaking knees. His mission, it was simple: to keep the whole world going, to let the moon shine in the sky, and retain the rivers flowing, waves to crash upon the land, a sunrise every day, birds to sing on every morn as the clouds they float away, to divide it into hours, 24 in all, into minutes and then seconds, before midnight falls. Then, without a tea break or a short weekend away, old Father Tim, Esquire, begins another day. He confessed he was exhausted and longed to take a rest. He'd searched for an apprentice and thought I'd be the best. He'd been impressed with my timekeeping on my paper round. How I never missed a day or dropped a paper on the ground. I said I'd be delighted to accept the new position because I loved to spend my time working with precision. So now I go there twice a week, whilst the old man lies in bed, and a few hours on a Saturday, so his paper can be read. It's made a world of difference, this most appealing plan. I think it's taken years off him, but time waits for no man. I feel so fortunate, and it's more than I deserve, to be a timekeeper's apprentice. One day I'll be time served. I said, "I'm pleased to meet you." He smiled, "The pleasure is all mine." When he finally introduced himself, "Hello, I'm Father Time."